How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the old school Q&A summary. I'm afraid after last week's episode, we ended up losing the Steak.com sponsorship. They said something about me completely misunderstanding their website. Apparently I spelt it wrong and it was nothing to do with food. This week's developer Q&A kicked off with the introduction of two brand new members of the old school team, mods Bruno and Monroe. Mod Bruno is a junior QA tester who has been playing since 2006. He's maxed on old school and has completed both the Inferno and the Theatre of Blood. Mod Monroe is a junior content developer who has been playing since he was young. These days he's attempting both Raids 1 and Raids 2. Jumping straight into the questions, Spinewielder asked for the drop rate of metamorphic dust. Modwolf said the drop rate is 1 in 400. Mound asked if swapping is banned in the upcoming Deadman tournament. Modsween said yes it is, and you can see the full rules on the dedicated Deadman page. Rick asked for an explanation of the team's contingency plan for the Deadman tournament. Sween suggested that people go and read the details on the dedicated page, and summed up the mechanic as them having the ability to pause the tournament. Chapo said that there were two hypothetical proposals included in the Deadman survey, and asked if either of these would be included in the upcoming season. Modsween said no, they will not. He went on to explain that this is due to time restraints and said that they may appear in future seasons. Zath asked if GE prices could update more frequently. Ash said that they know this is a desired change, but it's a job for the engine team who are currently focused on mobile. PTFO asked if the ops of Nilochus could be removed as they die in the Theatre of Blood. Some already do this, some don't. Mod Ash said that this may be possible, but it will require a workaround. It won't be a quick thing to try, but it would be a nice to have. Black Mirror RS asked if the Deadman beta final could be run more frequently, just as a fun event. Modsween said perhaps. Spoice asked if the Scythe could get a stab bonus, and the team were kind of indifferent. James asked if the Divine Spirit Shield could be polled, and Modsween said no. Halfkey asked if the new stab animation for the Gruzzy Rapier could replace the default stab animation used with other weapons. Mod Ash said if the community wants it, sure. Cloud asked if the team could discuss hardcore Iron Men losing their status on a team wipe in the Theatre of Blood rather than when they get sent to Purgatory. Mod Ash pointed out that if a hardcore ended up in Purgatory, this would then mean that their hardcore status depends on the success of other people in their party. He isn't averse to it, but he doesn't see this as much of an improvement. Nisu asked if Hellhounds could get a drop table. Modsween said that there is a drop table rework being planned, and Hellhounds are a part of that rework. Archelon asked the team how they got the Pestilent Bloat to run. Mod Ash said that they just teleport the bloat 2 tiles per tick. Apparently this looks alright with large NPCs, but not so much with smaller NPCs. A chat pleb asked for the Grand Exchange on World 45 Deadman. Modsween said that this is something they really want to do, but the priority of the engine team is mobile. Plus, this would require additional ongoing maintenance. Another pleb from the chat asked if the SGS and blowpipe specs could provide a hit splat showing how much they heal you by. Both mods Ash and Wolf said that they liked this idea. A player asked if there is a way to choose the bait used when barbarian fishing. Ash said that if the community have a preference for which bait is prioritized, the game could be made to abide by that. Alternatively, a place for each individual player to set their preference could be added. Raven Shadow asked for a Trollheim portal to be added to player-owned houses. Mod Bruno seemed a fan of the idea. Consoles asked if the Chambers of Xeric capes could be awarded from standard raids rather than just the challenge mode. Modsween didn't feel strongly, but he said that scouting raids would make achieving the cape much easier. Clue asked if the Barbarian Assault interfaces could be made spacebar and escape key friendly. Mod Ash said it depends on which interface. It's similar to the world map and may require engine work. Jen asked what the team's priorities are now that the Theatre of Blood feedback is done. Mod Lenny said the integrity changes, Deadman and mobile. He went on to explain the integrity change affecting RD Knights. Coins pickpocketed from NPCs will be replaced by a stackable item called the Coin Pouch. This can then be opened to get your coins. The coin pouch, however, is limited to a stack of 28. Once you have a stack of 28, you would need to open them before you can continue pickpocketing. Malak asked if the Slayer Ring teleport to the Slayer Tower could optionally take you directly to the Grotesque Guardians. Mod Ash pointed out that there is an agility shortcut. The team then moved on to discuss the Keris Spear suggestion. A Keris weapon more powerful than the existing dagger. Mod Bruno felt that it would be a good addition as an option for lower level players, but he didn't think that the existing meta of using a bludgeon at the Cowfight Queen should change. The next suggestion was to correct the total level on the skill tab as it was 1 pixel off center. Unsurprisingly, the team did not care. Hayden asked for the team's thoughts on preventing Speck trading throughout the wilderness. The team responded by saying they feel the current limits on the energy transfer spell are appropriate. They added to this that they weren't 100% on whether or not they had interpreted this question correctly. Cree asked if the farming cape could be allowed on Intrana for the hops patch. Mod Ash said that he might be able to write an exception. Danny asked if a consolidated menu could be added for game options. Mod Ash said that menu work is never quick, but he isn't opposed to the idea. Timo asked if trade and duel requests could be blocked if they are coming from a player on your ignore list. Mod Ash said that he would like to do this. Fuzzy Games asked if Verax could be used to hit through prayers at demonic gorillas. Mod Bruno said that he feels it's a bit overpowered, and he would like to prevent demonic gorillas becoming easier and less worthwhile. Verknala asked if birds' nests from different sources have different drop rates. Mod Ash said that different nests definitely give different seeds, but he wasn't sure of the details. Miko asked for herbivore hunting messages to be filtered. Ash said that he feels the feedback is useful, however, if an animation existed, he would be happy to filter the messages. Smont asked about adding climbing boots G and also metal boots which are entirely the colour of their metal rather than only partially. Sween was a fan of the climbing boots G idea, but no one answered the second part of the question. A chat lab asked if salamanders and lizards could be used as a tinderbox, and the team said that they didn't see an issue with this as long as you had to use the appropriate tar. A player asked if the Kandarin headgear could provide more than one teleport to Sherlock per day. The team decided that they wouldn't mind it being up to 2, one to get to Sherlock the first time, and another to return to him and complete the clue. A player asked if doorways which lead to nothing in your player-owned house could be replaced with a solid wall. Ash said that this would be possible as a toggle for your entire house, but it could not be done wall by wall. A player asked for a search box in the quest tab. Mod Ash said that he's puzzled by the difficulty finding quests on a list which is ordered alphabetically. A player asked about stackable clue scrolls, and Mod Bruno said that he doesn't like the idea. He pointed out that people would probably just open 1,000 implings and then do all of the clues at once. Nick asked about a deposit box being added to player-owned houses, and the team were not keen on this idea. A player asked about using a large number of firelighters to recolor a phoenix pet. Mod Ash said that this is possible, the artists would just need to make the different versions. Waifu asked about future plans for Asian servers, and Ash said that this is not something that the team would know. Knight asked if the Shazian organised crime minigame could disallow cannons. Sween pointed out that 10 HP accounts canon it, and the team decided to leave it as it is. Thanks asked if there could be a diary rework with added offered rewards, pointing out that the game has progressed a lot since the initial launch of diaries. There was a discussion about how exactly this would be achieved without undoing people's existing achievements with diaries. The team didn't really seem to reach a conclusion. However, they definitely weren't opposed to the idea as a whole. And the final question of the stream, Badu asked if bank pins could prevent the dropping of items. Mod Ash said only if it were impossible to log into a dangerous PvP area, as death would still allow you to drop your items. And that's all for this week guys, I hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next video.